Renegade. Man, you're not afraid. Man in the wilderness. Keep it real and honest, one, you know. Top like, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good night, worldwide. Renegade there. All right, so Sunday, we hear Anjo. I have the clip anyway. I'm going to play Anjo. Anjo, I compare, I tell the people, them say, he man the way, and I turn Jamaica in Singapore. And I'm telling them about over 1970 something, 47 years ago. The people, them and what them do and want how much money. So you can't let in the PMP because him a build it on the way to Singapore. People, number one, Anjo couldn't stand up attack to Uno, non-tal, when he mentioned Singapore, him that they are prison long time. Him that they are prison long time. Then he got talk about Tapanaris. We don't know what Andrew talk because Andrew used, you know. Yeah? He might talk about the 90s. And I said about the government and some people build Andrew being himself in the 90s people. Andrew rich everlasting from 1998. He have the money 96 and 97 now rich. Andrew Andrew the one where help 90s that the government have built FinSac. That is the reality. Look where put in money in. What them name? Talk card them all length, cash plus SSL. And SSL a compound park in young and never government create this. Where my talk is bullcrap. Now we're gonna do fact checking with Singapore and what Andrew say. Yeah? Our economy, our Singapore do are complete two different things. People stop listening. Andrew want to go away now. Should I have prison long time? This is garbage. Run your some do facts checking. Yeah? So can't find no run and do no read. You know, we're gonna be back them and no read. So we are go sure So sight and sound powerful than sound alone. If I put it in a book, we know no phone and I read it. So let me show you about Singapore too. Now I'll play what Andrew said, and then we're gonna fact check him with Singapore. Andrew corrupted government who not stand a chance, and in family them that going to prison too. Them understand friend them. Them understand a chance if ever Singapore model. And when I compare and I talk about GDP, bullshit. All that's our stand up. You must say around the GDP around 7,000. But I show you where Singapore where them actually are work per month. Like $4,000 US. How much you not work? Where your minimum wage? Where you work? You know that $4,000 US how much now, people? $4,000 US. Check it. Check it at 160. Check it at 160. And that are 640,000 or 4,000 US. We crunch numbers fast, yeah? 160 to 1 to 1. That equals 640,000. See the 160 to 160? Yeah, that are 320 and double it. 640 and that's be 1,000, right? 1,000, yes. See? So we double it, I will tell you we double it. We not stay like them and we go around and see? Per month. What una work? The police them now work. Who are work? That's just where them work. I'm gonna show you. See? Singapore bill off of manufacturing and other things. Them start from that. We not do that. BPO now make it. Yeah? The people them are hustling at the street, that no make it. What Mandley did bring in, for we are export things and self-reliance, a better thing. Them not have no resources. Them buy raw material and then build the factory for export. And that way I get. Him put in a hotel, but we not want. That will never build Jamaica. We stunted. Never. So we are not sure that, and we have to hold him accountable. Don't follow Andrew Holness. Andrew Holness, him that they are prison. If we have a Singapore model, not my word. Never teach you something. Andrew, stop drawing certain word and certain place, don't compete it. Yes. Don't do it. Yeah? Because around us, so we have the facts checking. And I like when I have the local media. And by the way, PMP, you remember some PMP the them campaign. And what am I talking now? Damon Crawford out there, one of them I tell you where I'm going to do and feed the feeding program. Two-headed snake, Hillary. What's her name? Emily Shields. Yes, I said that on her thing yesterday. I said, shall look on the thing, the manifesto. But Damon Crawford I come with. You know, the government come, listen, Dana Tumbleburg just said this around 2 weeks, 3 weeks, just the other day. A month from last year, the PMP, I tell you what they're going to do. Come up here from last year. Yeah? So you, Emily Shields, two-headed snake. When you talk, make sure you get the facts right. Because when the JLP do, every time the PMP come out with something, then them one go do it or one go say it. But remember it have timestamp. And by the way, the school feeding program start from the PMP. Stop talking about the JLP and talk about it's not the PMP thing, it's a piece of shit. It starts from the 70s. It starts from the 70s. So when Sierra cut it out, PMP carry it back. What happened to you? Stop being a paid agent, man. You can't listen, you can't mislead people around here because I do fact checking. And if the JP, same like the bus, rural bus, we are talking about, let them come with. The PMP have it long time. What happened to you? Yeah, I got happened to them, you know. Them trying to treat the people, them I wouldn't allow it. Any program you see the PMP I bring back with the JP move. Same like we have free education and free health. We have school feeding program. Ask anybody we go to school in the 70s and they tell you facts check. Damon Crawford, you saw your fool now. Stop use RGR to chat your bullshit. More on that, you know. More on play it and make you hear what you say. I mean, I get it, soon get it. Stop play RGR to chat your bullshit. Because the other day, by the way, you know say the other day, you know say, the other day, Dana, what she want name, Dana Tumbleburg. You know say the other day she get that post because mommy return gone over when Elijah leave. So when Elijah leave, yeah? Yes? Yeah? So the other day she get that thing there. Damon Crawford, PMP talking these things from them campaign long time. What happened to you? So when them do them run out, same like me say a youth, put up something right now, and they must say, put it up, you know. And they must say, them to take out 8 things and make it better. Me I show you it. When them say that JLP youth, they put it up, you know, and say the JLP, if you take it up, look on them 8 things and make it better. So when them do them here, PMP talk about something, so them in a power, them come and say, oh, we are do this. Remember, only say the best baby father. Let me start, me sure, let me teach only something. Same like come here, pump vase that talk about invent. UK, them invent English. The English invent English. Every word, the words. They never know that pump vase. You alone can't done so. Everything what we have in Jamaica, the Westminster model we drive on the left-hand part of the road, the train and them come with it. What happened to you? Stop talk like your fool. And by the way, me can say something to before me start. I'm not start right now. But me can say something to Darrell Pumvals. You are called Isaac Buchanan, convicted criminal. And you know, we never get convicted yet. You're an angel. You and your wife, you're an angel. And you're a government minister. You're a member of parliament, a government minister, and you're so honest and so clean that US cancel your visa. Cancel your visa. Yeah? And wait mark. When you read, wait mark. That number there. Wait mark. 212. When we look up 212, wait say, you clean and honest and decent that you as a minister for Jamaica get a cancer visa we have a 212 on it. You call people convicted criminal. In smarty, but then I say now, you know, front of we right, you can't fly, you get like a visa yet. Your wife won't cancer too, you know. James Roberts not done neither, you know. And we not minister, we not government. That's why I tell Andrew, don't talk about Singapore. We are teaching about Singapore and what them do Singapore when you're corrupted. Me I teach you something. See? So you clean and nice and decent, but no, you can't. And your mother born in the US. But you get a cancer visa, brother. With a 212 in it. Make the people them go look it up. But they don't look up in visa and tell me what that means. Eh? As a minister, you have your money. So you tell me, say you have people in Jamaica now, where them just be area, but them can travel as them like, and the police now look on them and drop them, and them free for going to the United States and go where them want to go, and you can't do it. As a minister, as a businessman, why? You're so clean and righteous. How would them want trick? In my baggage. Me don't chat to him. Me start me show. Me start beat them around here. Me telling you what turn up the thing for you. Because when I no sense. People, fact check them here. Me start me show.
We are beat it till the hammer burn. We now make them get in and them and again. None of them boy that we none of them. We in lump sum we are beat it till the hammer burn. We now make them get in and them and again. None of them boy that we none of them. We in lonesome rise up the bomb again.
When people like the government of a country, it's the servants protect the people of that country, not to put their life in misery. You understand me, Luciano? What else, man?
Government, stop pressuring the poor. Politicians, your judgment coming for sure. It's a government in your regiment. Stop pressuring the poor. Politicians, your judgment coming for sure.
Yo, politician, for the evil's mission, who no we blame. Too money and power and fame. We're gonna find up the youth, them relieve down the lane. Give them big gun and brainwash them brain. Yo, wanna buy them cow, wanna buy them clothes and buy them.
All right, so this morning, my man asked me, you advertise the boat ride yet? 1 month out. So I want to remember the boat ride. Go online, I'm going to put it up. I want to get on a ticket. Yes. Saying, can't remember we are enough for nothing. We can get them online. And I can't, my man G. Call me to man. Because we are going to have a party the 14th of next month. After the 3rd, then we our time for party. So I want to know, say, all right. So, I'm going to start with Andrew Holness. Andrew Holness, Sunday, in the rally, I'm going to play. Me know say, it's the next show I'm going to do, you know. But you me do my show them now. We can't just produce show like, boom, you won't believe it. Me not coming like a TVJ, them have to sit down and plan this long time. It's that you would send the clip with Andrew, because I mean, I watch him like this. But me know them are send it and say, Lord, son, look on this. And when me hear the bullshit, I say, no, man, but I'm doing a fact check. I know about Singapore. I'm going to show now in a real time. Right? Where my talk is bullshit. Yeah? Imala get to try and say Singapore the size I said James how much people and him talk one but I think people never fact check this guy. But me I tell him him couldn't survive as Singapore not even 1 day. Right? So I play this first. I play something with Singapore first. And then I play Andrew and I show you Singapore below. So I play Singapore first. Me not even play him. I play Singapore first. But I play Singapore deal with corruption first. And the more you come up, you have to make the link where you have fact checking. So I play Singapore first. Now I play two things with Singapore. I play one first. With them corruption, or them deal with it. And you tell me if Andrew could have depend now and I put me can't call the podium that call it a podium. See? Yes. Depend on the platform I preach, podium I preach. To some people, I might try a trick. Universe. Watch this. Singapore first.
Singapore is a country. The phenomenon of the so-called Singapore miracle made society believe that Singapore is a country that has not only solved economic problems, but also uprooted one of the greatest ills of the modern world, corruption. This opinion is commonly backed up by the nation's leader, Lee Kuan Yew's words, who is considered the man who gave Singapore a new life. If you want to defeat corruption, be prepared to send your friends and relatives to jail. Here's another famous quote of his. Start with putting 3 of your friends in jail. You definitely know what for, and people will believe you. His stand is so radical that we cannot add anything else to it. But are things so serene on the increase?
I'm going to start that. I'm going to start it, never stop. So, Andrew, who might your friend you put in jail yet for corruption? You can't, because if you put them are going to squeal. What comes with there? Him son and him daughter. And who did run him? Where them there? Where Big Mama them there? Eh? Where the one from, hey, no, it mentioned Singapore, the man gonna start a show and say, do not compare these things. Because I have a fact check you. Okay? But the one name, the one in a education ministry. Remember you rich from in the 90s in Anjo. Don't tell me no about the 90s. You think you could have make it and have a Singapore Magla make it? You feel so? Anjo, come on, man. Come on. Continue. You think Pumvals could have spent all of a sudden and play politics and spend 1.4 billion pound bus and buy 110 bus and I know the bus then can't come. I know they can't. Remember if you buy the bus, you buy them, you know. All it do is ship and come in and you pay feet already. But them can't read. These are the lies and nobody do not about it. These people, we have to do forensic audit on them. Listen again, continue.
Corruptible Singapore skyline? Let's check out the current situation of a country that is...
People, just to call Singapore look, and just the corruption, just to call it bill up and everything. And we're going to ask Andrew, which part in there? Because if cut a house, cut ribbon, and give people part, that couldn't be a country. And put them in a safety net. I give them Andrew 2020. Remember, you know, these are the same Andrew Holness. These are the same Andrew Holness. Sit down and imagine because they might buy a vote. 50 to after you say the workforce they don't have so 3 point tag that are the one come out come tell you this is bullshit. Starting not do nothing from 2011. All what them do them change up his bullshit. You go on the road and so much people are hustle. Them not have no job. And no meaningful job neither. The one them will have it. We're going to wholesale that is not that a job. Sell something to some other people that is job. Eh? This is bullshit. The man mash up the place and make him and him friend them rich. A prison, hey. Let me continue to play this, yeah? Let me continue to play this. Just look how the place build up and here it build up now. Watch this. Boy, yeah, compare.
Overcome corruption. But first, some shots for those who know nothing about this city-state. Singapore is the size of New York City and 2 times smaller than Los Angeles.
Okay.
It has evolved from a beggarly country to one of the world leaders in GDP and purchasing power parity per capita. The average wage in the country is $4,000.
So if an average wage and then make a next money, if an average wage is 4,000 US, how much are we average? How much are we average wage in Jamaica? How much? You might compare Singapore. Now show him how it build up without resources. Man, they did on the right path. Wanna trick the people, them but don't even tied home and mash up the place. Wanna nasty. Yes. And then they and you have some little done said labor right follow no. Now work again. Fact set. 4,000 the average per month. How much the average, how much police, how much constable get paid per month? How much nurse get paid? 4,000 US, the average. You compare. I hear this, like the size of New York, the city. Right? Yes. You understand? All right. Watch out. Continue.
A novice specialist can expect to earn $3,000 a month in the capital, while the cost of, for example, medical services is lower than in Europe and the United States.
So, well, the cost of our medical service, we now have none depleted by Christopher Tufton. He mashed it up. So you compare and tell people about Singapore and you depend your way to Singapore. What happened to you, Andrew? Me have a play at that him attack, you know. Don't make the PMP coming back because every time they mash up this, brother, you destroy the country. You think more talk can run me there? Hey, a prison, you forgot, you know. You forgot a prison. No more PR, man. Eh? We have a medical system in Jamaica and exists. Tufton and Holness them destroyed. Continue.
Once Singapore was a group of swampy islands with no resources. Even fresh water had to be imported from the mainland.
So fresh water have imported, no resources are dumb. It's swampy. The other day, Mark Golin, I tell them, say, them are going to do one, I see them run out with that. I'm have to show them Dubai. Yeah, where them build out a sand. I talk about Andrew when it's run out of it. He don't know about modern technology neither. Them have to regain land there, so a swampy place. You never know that. You never even know. So them build up Singapore neither, Andrew Holness. No. You might bet the people know about sun. And be a bullshit him telling people them around him. Eh? Remember we advanced in the wilderness, you know, so they can't trick us, you know. Yeah? Remember hear about Singapore again. Listen, you said to people, hear this.
Singapore was a group of swampy islands with no resources. Even fresh water had to be imported from the mainland. On top of that, it had a multi-ethnic population torn apart by strife, aggressive neighbors, a post-war crisis, and rampant criminality.
Okay.
Finally, there was the overwhelming corruption that had become the new normal. When the country was a British colony, widespread corruption used to be an everyday practice.
The time in Jamaica right now, and Andrew Holness let go, him himself can I see. Him couldn't do that in Singapore, him gone. Don't call Singapore name now, brother.
After all, most of the country's population was Chinese. Their mentality prevented them from addressing officials without a gift. In the post-war period, the situation only worsened. The breakthrough happened when Singapore became a self-governing state within the British Empire in 1959, and the leader, Lee Kuan Yew, took over as Prime Minister. It all started with the Anti-Corruption Act, empowering Singapore's main authority.
People, hear what them do. That's how we go back, Sir Mark Wallen, 100%. Hear what them do with them Anti-Corruption Act. And right now, Andrew tried this, try the Anti-Corruption Act. He might try this, try the IC. Him and him, hey, we have to send them back in, you know. Do one of them in a that, including Big Mama, them burn out the IC. Burn it out. To where that snake round that burn out the IC too. The affidavit. See? Here how them build them place. Hear this.
The Corrupt Practices Investigation Bureau, CPIB, to prosecute lawbreakers. The new government was dedicated to rooting out the abuse of power, regardless of personal relationships or exceptions.
Yeah.
Investigations targeted cabinet members and even relatives of the Prime Minister.
You hear who them target? Him bring it in because you have to change the place. Even the relative. So you tell me, say, if them did have that routine in Jamaica, Andrew, that they're standing right now. Eh? You understand? Yeah. You understand? No, man, aye, Robert. Yes, bro. So these are the things, you know. Because them now have no stand when they go talk Singapore, and them now have no stand in the world. These are the most corrupted government. You see, everybody where you see come out and talk on radio for Andrew Holness, them the panelists, them the pan peerless. Go check it. Them that gonna have corruption too. Anything where you see on radio, TV, where and a paper run out for Andrew them the pan peerless. Because radio, TV and thing, them the whole government honest. Not to come and say, oh, why you checking them thing? Why you checking affidavit? Them depend the peerless. Come have a peerless. Yeah. You understand? Continue. Them that go in prison too. Wanna just watch this.
In 1960, a law was passed, the so-called presumption of guilt, suggesting as evidence of a bribe the fact that the defendant lived beyond his means or had a property that he could not acquire with his income.
Hey, Andrew, this alone from 1960, if it was alive, I don't just say that either they are prison. You have something where we don't know where it come from now, and them are back with you from 1998, you know. Yeah? You move the post, you talk one bag of bullshit. You couldn't in a politics. That's why me hear one spell right for me thing. Because the same two-headed snake I talk about, right now I talk about the impeachment where Angela want to bring it in. If you did have Dalwyn Poe, them found guilty. There is no way she could have come back in our politics, never, because you impeach her. These people, you keep them out of politics. And you have to send them to prison, you can't give them money. You can't, I deal with corruption and go get to people and go to prison. It can't work for me. In another country, the bigger you is, you're gone. You understand? In a Jamaica is a different thing. Or who you know. And when you go up there, so no, you can't. You never seen that in the history of Jamaica, anybody from the PSOJ go to prison. No care them a thief. Eh? But presumption of guilt, you have to prove yourself because they're going to lock you up. And your people, them are go down. So they're going to call this. Now I'll play what I'm saying, but I'll play this first. Hold on.
A remuneration received by an official from any person was considered a bribe until proven otherwise.
Yeah, it considered a bribe for any person. To any official, consider a bribe. And boy, you talk about Singapore. You couldn't even depend on a pulpit instead of a chatanjo. None of your people them around you.
An official who failed to prove his innocence faced confiscation of property, imprisonment, or if the best happened, a fine. Fines.
Yeah. So they might take it to imprisonment. If the best happens, you still get the best. So you have to prove you're innocent, you're guilty. I love this. You have Andrew Holness and Ogopan cannot tell about him have a taxi and him use it, but like him take people for idiot. You so much people want to know have taxi and 2 and 3, they mash up now. It could hardly feed them. A matter of fact, if Andrew Rich have a taxi, let me use this. Yo, hey, let me put it closer to you. Go listen back Juliet speech. Her father did have taxi and bus, but it couldn't make them rich. When she come out, she suffer same way because he lose his job. And it him take them. But how much tax, how much money her father have now? It make him rich? No. But Andrew Rich have a 1 taxi, or 2 taxi, or 5 taxi. We get the money by it from. He fool you fat. Be a lie, don't tell. Continue. Him father-in-law did have taxi. But he couldn't make him rich and mother have to sell in the market. But Andrew lend our money same time in millions. They have for David Showy. And my word. And then I mentioned Singapore in a pan stage. And then I moved Jamaica to Singapore. Continue.
Singapore came to an absolute point while the CPIB investigated Lee Kuan Yew and his family more than once without any results.
You hear this? So Lee Kuan Yew were coming with that. Even them investigate him. I remember them have the power to investigate. Nobody can stop them. And that them put him. And even them will investigate them clean, you know. Because them have to check out for them thing too, you know. Them, the Prime Minister will bring it in and say it have to clean. Them investigate him more than once. Continue.
Several federal ministers, heads of trade unions, public figures, and top managers of state-owned companies were arrested during the CPIB's tenure. In the name of justice, the Prime Minister even jailed a close friend accused of corruption.
So, how much of your friend you jail already? You jail Cosby yet? When you hear this, and this man, I call out, and I play after this, I play with him, and then I show him how them build it. And when you tell me in Jamaica, they can follow Andrew Holness if we are rich, with the man put you at the bottomless pit. You understand? Yeah, man.
Whereas National Development Minister Tay Ching-wan, who received $800,000 in cash for giving plots of public land to developers, committed suicide.
You hear that? He received 800,000 and he committed suicide and he write a letter to the Prime Minister when he do it because he say him appear for him action. in a Jamaica, na billions. When you look hotel, sell a man go collect and do all kind of things, don't it? Underpriced hotel, millions of US. When you look how them around Jamaica, now it's unbelievable. I pay the only set of people me say run Jamaica with check and balances. These people are thieves, them think them can't come. Hey, it's good thing we have social media, because me done on them a long time on TV, you know. And me not change, you know. Me not change. So we are not sure what Andrew saying, you know, but me have to play this for answer, Chris. Yes. See, we have to play this first, and we have facts checking. Yeah? People, well, the whole I know, you know, we have to pass on this to, you know, family and everything we do in Jamaica. Andrew Holness, if we go on like yesterday, people for go to prison, yeah? Continue.
His suicide note addressed to Lee Kuan Yew personally. He wrote, "As a noble Oriental gentleman, I think it would be fair for me to pay the highest price for my mistake." Furthermore, to change the situation radically, the country's leadership started imposing new standards in the public consciousness. First of all, they reduced chances for corrupt practices and turned the three principles of meritocracy, pragmatism, and honesty into the three pillars of public service.
Okay.
Literally translated, the principle of meritocracy means the rule of the meritorious and is the opposite of kleptocracy, the rule of thieves. Its implementation relies on seeking out talents in every social stratum. If a person is creative and capable, he or she will be recruited into public service and will benefit from his or her strategic thinking, decision-making, and action using innovative management methods. The second principle is pragmatism, as the most effective way for the country to prosper and develop. The third principle is high morality. Society was vaccinated with so-called honesty. A special atmosphere of order contributed to the reduction of corruption, and the country started to implement a strict punishment system since Singapore has the highest death penalty rate.
The highest death penalty rate. And remember, the judicial system, you cannot penetrate it. You can't even think of bribing them because you're gone. Andrew Holness, the most corrupted government. When SSL I go down with Usain Bolt money and they do it with some people money, Andrew said, I never know about it. I'll do it just 1 year before Andrew draw him money. Him get fee money and put the man on board. Andrew lied to the can't lie no more, you know. It lied to the can't lie no more, you know. All right, continue.
Even today, beating with sticks is still a common form of punishment approved by society. Basically, if you can't live without such things as spitting in the streets, chewing gum, smoking at the bus stop, and drinking beer on the bus, you'd better not come to this country. A huge fine is a minimum you can be charged for such actions. Another important factor in reducing corruption has been the radical increase in officials' salaries. Lee Kuan Yew argued that when people who hold public office are underpaid, they're more vulnerable to temptation. When the salaries of Singapore's top civil servants were revised in '89 and '94, they were raised to such an extent that they became the highest in the world. Thus, employees of state bodies have lost their motivation to take bribes. Increasing officials' incomes is still part of the anti-corruption program. Currently, the salary of an official is 2/3 of that of a comparable employee of a private corporation. Singaporean Prime Minister Lee Hsien Loong, whose annual income is $2.18 million, topped the list of highest-paid government leaders. Currently, the Corrupt Practices Investigation Bureau of Singapore employs about 200 people. It investigates no more than 200 cases a year, doing its best to bring the cases to court proceedings and likely winning them. Given its unlimited powers, the CPIB, with no need for a court order, can detain suspected officials and conduct searches.
Hey, them not even have court order. Not even court order. Them come officials, I could have the Prime Minister, and them thing I want to say Jamaica. But no, you weaken it up. Them want to run it. Can't work. Continue. Continue.
Inspect bank accounts and business assets, summon any witnesses for questions.
So you see, them check your bank account too. Same thing like what I see I do. But them are weakening up the IC. IC need more teeth. If you come arrest you and do it, them don't need no nothing at all. Them need the powers that to anybody. See? You know, if you go to nothing, you know, want nothing. Listen what them do. Boy, you come compare, boy, you carry to Singapore.
And prosecute any citizen of the country. The Bureau employees highly value their work. There has never been a case where a Singapore Anti-Corruption Bureau employee was involved in corruption. Every official has to file a declaration once a year. It's impossible to bribe the courts in Singapore. The judicial system is extremely rigorous, and there are no mitigating factors for corrupt officials. Fines for corruption can be as high as $100,000, and in severe cases, there's a jail term of up to 5 years. Despite the fact that a person accused of corruption can be fined a large sum or even arrested, his property will not be confiscated, but only the assets acquired for corrupt means. Today, an attempt to give a bribe in the country is not just useless, but actually dangerous.
You hear this? If you try to give a bribe, it's dangerous. You can't tell that to Holness, because when he bring up Singapore Sunday, you know, I have to teach him, I have to fact check him and teach him. Like I have to teach that red pump pass last night. You have to fact check them, you know. I'll be a foolishness them attack on them radio and them TV down at that, you know. You understand? I try to trick with people and brainwash them. Eh? Boy, you there to Singapore. May I play what I'm saying? Continue.
Any form of service remuneration is considered a bribe,
Yeah.
and each party bears its share of responsibility. Officials are not allowed to accept not only gifts, but also invitations that might put an employee of a government agency in a dependent position.
So you can't take a fly out that thing and let the PSO just make me buy a thing for you and go here, so it can't work. You understand? It can't even work. And the man compare him Jamaica to Singapore status. Yes, continue.
If an official cannot refuse a gift, for example, under the protocol of a visit by a foreign delegation, he may accept it. Still, the official must immediately hand it over to his department head. The official may accept the gift only if they pay for it in advance at a price determined by the accounting office of the department. That's why officials are regularly consulted about the pitfalls of corruption. They are systematically advised on how to avoid getting accidentally involved in corruption schemes. Another common practice in Singapore is reporting a corruption offense easily and comfortably. Anyone can do it publicly or anonymously through special corruption kiosks or the corruption reporting centers. The media factor is of great importance in the fight against corruption. An official caught in excessive spending and accepting a bribe immediately becomes a front-page hero. Singapore's independent media have been empowered to become...
So if you take any bribe or anything, you turn a front page hero same time and them are going to prison you. And them are going to take away your thing. Your family in a trouble too. Oh, this guy are coming at I tell the people them one bag of foolishness Sunday I do not know. And Holness.
A real fourth estate authority. Today, journalists closely monitor the lifestyles, incomes, and...
So you hear who? I'm an investigative journalist. See? So me I monitor them and them income and lifestyle. Let me play about the part of the phone. Let me play that. Here again, listen. Today, you know, in a Singapore.
Fight against corruption. An official caught in excessive spending and accepting a bribe immediately becomes a front-page hero. Singapore's independent media have been empowered to become a real fourth estate authority. Today, journalists closely monitor the lifestyles, incomes, and expenditures of officials, their families, and friends.
Journalists, people, so you don't monitor, you say, you know, to be like 800 million, or say, and around 400 million to some account, and I tell you bullshit. He leave Singapore to your mouth because you couldn't survive a Singapore for not even a second. As you reach your Bangladesh, you're gone. You're gone. Maybe at 10, 20,000 years again. As you reach a Singapore, you're done. You're done. No. In the JLP right now, couldn't there no politics in Singapore? None. Not even one. Big Mama them couldn't survive a Singapore neither. None of them. See? Them couldn't survive. Them, corruption, continue.
Often draw attention to the fact that an official does not live within their means. However, this is not the last component of the so-called economic miracle. An important part of Singapore's modern fight against corruption is e-government. Singapore is not without reason. Called Pyongyang with high-speed internet, citizens come to institutions very rarely, since almost all government services can be obtained by filling out the necessary forms at home and sending them by email to the relevant authorities. Moreover, personal presence in a state institution without a special need is punishable by a fine as an attempt to establish personal contact with an official. The work of e-government also makes it possible to make most government procurement and the entire system of relations between business and the state transparent.
Can you do it online? You don't have to go chat to nobody and everybody can see it. Procurement and what them thing, everything. You see? So, you know, mix up, you have no time for corruption and you have to face it. So when Andrew talk, now play with Andrew talk now, you know.
Or expands the use of new technologies in court proceedings as well. The integrated system of electronic court proceedings using electronic forms offers trial participants a single point of access for active management of case materials throughout the trial. As of today, Singapore is an offshore, or more precisely, a midshore zone, ranked among the top 10 countries with the lowest corruption index. And finally, there are two striking quotes. The first one originates again from Prime Minister Lee Kuan Yew, who said, "There were two options for me. Either I get corrupted and I put my family in the Forbes list of the richest people in the world and leave my people with nothing, or I serve my country, my people, and let my country be in the list of the best 10 economies in the world."
No. You bring up Singapore now, Anjo. Well, I play Anjo now, and here we tell the people them Sunday. Yes? Hear this.
28. Singapore. Listen to me good now. Singapore is a country the size of the parish of St. James.
No, it's bigger than that, brother. Brother, it's St. James, yeah. St. James at 230 square miles. 595 square kilometers. See Singapore, yeah. Everything I can upon, you know. Yeah? Singapore 284 square miles are 733 square kilometers, and that make enough difference. Yeah? Don't tell him that the size of Paris at St. James. Don't do it. All right. Let me continue with him now. Hey, when I fact check him to the T, you know. Because I'm dangerous, him lie, you know. I mean, like fact check people. Yeah? Everything out time out to fact check. I'm dangerous. Continue.
It has currently about 5 million people. Jamaica has about 2.8.
So it's around 6 million people. Jamaica go like near 3 million. It's around 6. All right, continue.
Million people. Back then, its population would have been the size of Jamaica now. In 1978, 47 years ago, Singapore had an unemployment rate of 3.3%. In other words, 47 years ago, Singapore had the unemployment rate that we have now.
So the unemployment rate of Singapore have real work, them the manufacturing and build up. Me I show them, we don't have that. A call center is not no work. That are like for kids. The people them in the street have said do not, and that is not no work. When them come, them change that. We don't have no work, you know. We have more than 700,000 people, them not have a job. Them also all them not look job. Them can't work, we don't have no job. And we not export, Singapore export, that's so them build. You can build a hotel and you go spread bed and you call it a job. Singapore never do that. Singapore go to manufacturing and go to other things. And then go to the sector. But them bring in the head of the biggest company, them in the banking sector and everything in a Singapore. After that, manufacturing them start first. Them are export. So them grow themselves. And make them GDP when I talk, so I talk bullshit. Hear this.
Singapore's unemployment rate is much lower now.
So we are Singapore the same in a them time there. We unemployment rate is 3.8%. A matter of fact, him contradict himself. He must say that, but right now, look vote. Him come up with a funds, 1 billion fund because he want to put the people in a safety net. If them did a work and them did a work money, we put, we want 50,000 people, we are thinking 50,000. 50,000. If you go give them a $1.5, $20,000. Think about it. And the safety net you talk about part and thing. If the people them a work in a Singapore, now that them do better. May I show you where them work? Them minimum per month, 4,000 US. Which one of the nurse work 4,000 US per month in Jamaica? That's just minimum. Let me just revise it in a Jamaican dollars. 640,000 per month. Which one of the police them work 640,000? Which one of the constable them? Yeah? Constable not get that per month? Sergeant don't get it per month too? Who are get it per month? A majority of them are the one them have no rank. Which one of the warder them get it or the soldier them get it? Eh? Which one of the private sector worker them, the masses of them are work, get that per month? Or you compare Singapore? I remember him himself couldn't depend on podium if it was Singapore. This a father of corruption. Father of lies and corruption and deceit and Holness. No PR around yourself. The father of lies, corruption, and deceit in Jamaica right now. That's where I'm stand. Say, no, you know, him carry the IC gun coat, and everybody should have to know and just step down. No, the one them where you see run out, them are benefit off of the spoils at the government. Them are benefit from taxpayers' money because them enough of them from radio station and paper. Any one of them where you see on radio come and talk out film, them depend the pay list. No two way about it. Yeah? All right. Continue. Continue.
But you know what Singapore's per capita income is? Somewhere in the region of about $60,000 US.
It is. And you know what? You know what? He must say per capita. Yeah? He must say per capita, you know. But when you work out per capita, you work out all the people the money it make, right? And they work it out. Most of Jamaica people, look at, maybe say something and I'll just finish.
That means everybody who stand up here, who is of working age, their average income is about $60,000 US.
Yeah, how much Jamaica is?
Our per capita GDP, our per capita income is somewhere about $7,000 US.
So if them people that did work and work at 7,000, that's over $1 million. Them that get enough. Them not getting it. Them not get it. If you give them 16,000 per week, and you can just, you can 16 like a 100 US, 400 US a month. And you can do the maths fast and see what them make. Them not make over $1 million. No, them not. See? 100 US, like 16 to 100 US now. If you give them 100 US a week, minimum, you are giving them 400 US per month. Yeah? How much US them a make for 10 months? 400, 4,000. Then a 2 months, 800, 4,800. That's how the people them a get per month, average, 4,000 US. So the per capita when I work out here, so it's bullshit. Because most people don't have no work. So them say per capita, the money by grade 7 them people they have, and your most of Jamaica, them poor. So them just split up the money where the big boy, them have answered per capita. But in Singapore, these people that them a work, them really are work the money. Actually, them are working. Well, people not working nothing. Yeah? This is bullshit. All right. Continue.
For us to get to $60,000 US, it means that we have to keep our people employed for the next 47 years going forward.
So people, the employment, that means they keep you on the road now and sell donuts. You have to just keep on selling a donut or sell the 2 bananas on the star, sell it. For the next 47 years, keeping in for 47 more years. Them fully. Me tell you, them, hey, and who for them really don't see. So you have to keep them employed for the next 47 years. And them, remember, you know, go around Jamaica, them have no employment right now. So when I talk, it don't even make no sense. You understand? Yeah. Them not that on a monthly. Which me tell you to make it, what kind of monthly better? Where you put US? A US you put in now. It's part of US them could make $4,000 better. 4,000, them make 700,000 monthly. How you say better? Albert, see where you put this up. Me workers making the average of 4,000 monthly. No Jamaica now make that monthly better. Majority of Jamaica not making that way. I say, Albert, take out that man. We're writing. Yeah, oh, yearly. Okay. That's a put. Yes. You hear this what I'm saying? Yes. Hear this now.
It means that you have to have an economy that is working, an economy that is properly run. You cannot take any risk with the economy. The PNP has never run the economy of this country well. And if
that is, ask him one thing when bring in. Can they mash up the economy, you know? Uno see them mashed up in a 2011. Them go back, go borrow money. And Mama P put it back on track, you know. And him take it and mashed up right now. Yeah? You look for when Mama P in there. How much did I pay for your bread? No make him tell you no fuckery. How much did I pay for your bread? How much your bag of cement? How much for your load of sand? How much your material? How much did I pay for your light bill and these things? How much your oil? Ask yourself if you can pay it. And if you see money, I will better. Yeah? Ask them if it's better. You can buy goat meat now and the one of them things right now. It's cheaper. Them attack is bullshit. Everything gone up on your hey. It's so wicked, it's unbelievable. The man destroy the thing, all them do is line them packet and chat in these shit. These shits. Eh? These shits. You know, if you can get a forward where you pay people and get the bus and pay them to come from the bus and do these things, it's bad enough. Yeah. You hear the lies. That's why you have people like we know afraid about the one of them liars. Facts check. Yeah? Where much that bullshit? People not even have food. People are going to bed hungry. Food. Continue.
they ever get a chance on this economy, they will destroy it as they...
Don't play Richard Azan. Said the PNP get a chance on the economy, they're going to destroy it. The PNP will build Jamaica. Remember, I know them there, you know. Me hear all a little idiot one. Me see the sperm rate put him up and say, boy, Mark William, on the PNP, them don't know because them have him in there. And we see what Holness do. Holness them a chat. Holness them not do nothing at all for the PNP. Be a nice make. I'm chat pure shit. Yeah. No, them are more than drunkard, man. You'd have the real drunkard out on stage too, you know, anyway. Me show him, man. So this is what him do. You know, him don't say, they mash up. So when it's singing in your ears, here you know, if you want to follow the PNP mash up the place, you say, well, they mash up. Because more you're going to details, you have to explain to me, you know. They mash up. What they mash up? What they mash up, you can't explain. This is what Andrew do and trick the people them in 2016. Can't happen to their brother. We are only accountable.
They have done every time they have run this country.
Yeah, them mash up the country every time they run the country. The man in there take our money from the NHT. Remember, them not have nothing with them America for, you know. Everything our the PNP carry through on the country right now. Everything. Even the logistic up when when I see when them sign it in, me show on it. Everything we have is blueprint. Patterson leave IMF 1995. Go check it. Him come back with IMF 2009. And then him not pay them borrow the money and him not pay him and Bruce. Because he was a prime minister for like 2 months. You know the last part. And Mama P them have to come and check back everything. To save Jamaica. Every time them destroy this country, the PNP go and save it. And with them good plan, it still lies no more. Come on, when them talk, the facts check them, yeah? Hear this.
Listen to me very carefully. Jamaica needs to stay on this path for the...
You hear what I'm saying? Jamaica needs to stay on a path of destruction and criminality. A prisoner may run pan, you know. Me no know the... Hey, I say, me couldn't... Because none of them couldn't confront me. None. None of them couldn't confront me. Me can't... Listen me. None of them I can't... Don't go to play them, then I get me upset, you know. If you know, say, yeah, destroy the place and I destroy people. and line on a dirty thinking pocket and I tell people lie like this. Them evil. Them are evil. Where say megawatt? Eh? Continue.
Longest time, so that all of you here, you might not be satisfied with the job that you have.
It is.
But how development start? It starts with you getting an income, and you stay with that income, and you build with that income, and you save with that income, and you improve yourself till you get a better job. And
so it starts with that income development, and you stay with it. So you're in the Chinese shop, you know, you can read and write, and you pass through the groceries, and you stay with it 5, 10, 15 years, and you feel you could sick, you go up a KPH or anyone at the hospital and go dead. Yeah? Yes. And yes, can you remember them now? Look, boy, you don't have nothing. And you stay with the income and then you invest. And you save with the income where you can even feed you. And that's how development start, man. This is a piece of shit here. Can them have no real job in Jamaica for the people then? None. See? Hustling on the road and selling donut and 2 buckets of water. And you stay with the income. And sell pan a liquor store and sell 2 bananas and you stay with the income. If we go a country, you have to create manufactured job but we can export, yeah? If we don't do that, we're done. We're done for. We're going to teach him something here, so. We're going to show him how Singapore build from nothing to something. Remember, finish listening there. It agonizing for listening to garbage, but we have to play it and dissect it. Yes, continue.
the economy does better and you do better. That is how development happens.
Say with that income and the economy do better and you do better. Remember your job build the economy, you know. And if you not have good proper job, it not build, you know. At the same antidote that circle, you know, every day 24 hours, 7 days a week, 24 hours, yeah, for the day, 7 days a week, and 365 for the year, and then it turn in a years and turn in a decade. Because it now going to do better. There is no way you're working at wholesale. You have better for come out of the wholesale. Chinese own it and them family. There is no way. Or you get better. You don't have another job. You can buy a little food to eat. Or you do better. You don't have the education. You don't have nothing. You're stuck right there. Eh? And you have a little pumping thing and you don't own the place and this. So in more of the good thing for slave. Eh? You can't travel. You can't go on a vacation because your money where you have. Can't ever send your people them go to school. But that is bullshit. The service economy where we are run is garbage. A service, you know. People come in at the hotel them for a service, and when you look, you have to spread bed and a door. It's a service economy. It's a bullshit economy. Where my talk is bullshit, straight up. Yeah. Yeah. A nice them met, man.
We are just getting there now.
It is.
And if it is one thing that I must do, is to make sure that nothing derails the economy.
None. We economy look here. I'm going to play the same economy because the economy shut down, you know. Shut down. We're in a decline from last year. We're in a recession. You want to notice, let me show you something. I'll be a shit him attack. I'll come back to him. I'll play something. I'll dissect him and I want me to do my thing like with proper, you know. Hear this, people. Hear this. Them man here, a private sector. Hear this. Hear this. I'm tell about economy. This is just last month.
I'm Deidre Gordon with the Midday News.
Hear this.
Chief Executive Officer of Boss Furniture Omar Azan says the Jamaican economy is in the worst position it has ever been.
So politicians do politicking. When you want to know the truth, what go on, you listen them from PSOJ, what imply the people them. Him are the biggest supplier for the whole of the court store them and other furnishing place. Him. So my people in a real time I work for him. Listen to them, man. This Omar Azan, Boss Furnishing, plus him exporting. Hear the problem with them have right now. Listen.
And has blamed poor economic policies for the country's stagnant.
Poor economic policy for stagnate. You can't follow Andrew Holness where they like this man for earth. Who that follow Andrew Holness? Them are do politicking. He mash up the economy. He wreck it. You think them man that come out for fun, come and tell us, hey, me I suffer. Can you imagine the little people them? Look how much for food now. But you and by the way, and you always eat with him evil self, you know. I tell you, if you stay up on the same part where him have it now. You will stay up on the same part of Tufton, destroy the health system. So if you're sick, you can't get nothing at all, not if you're diabetes or nothing. You're going to go there. The education system, nobody, the people then can't read and write again. Himself is stay up on the same part. And that thing just say, no.
And growth. Mr. Azan's negative view of the economy comes against the background of discussions on the failure of commercial banks to reduce their lending rates to their customers, despite the Bank of Jamaica reducing its policy rate. Following a further reduction in the policy rate last week from 6% to 5.75%, BOJ Governor Richard Bowles and Finance Minister Favour Williams urged commercial banks to follow suit. But speaking today on the morning agenda on Power 106, Mr. Azan said the BOJ and policymakers need to shoulder some of the blame. He says the BOJ took too long to reduce its rate while trying to control inflation, adding that policymakers need to intervene to change the culture of banking in Jamaica.
I'm not saying I'm not blaming the commercial banks because they have a big part to play in lowering their rates. But what I'll say to you, just like any other businesses operating out there, when you have a devalued currency and the dollar moves to 165 or 160.
The dollar move again from the 150. And you have a good economy, but your dollar keep on the value. Everything gone up. And the Andrew one, him get the dollar at 121. And a matter of fact, me have a player when him tell us when the dollar economy gone. Me have a player Andrew Holness. I tell you, when the dollar devalue, our gone. And you can't pay nobody. This are the same Andrew now. Come back and tell us that the economy is on the right path. When them destroy the place, and them say them are trying to save from go to prison. See the real thing about the economy, yeah? You don't listen to Andrew Holness?
2 to 1. And you buy your goods and services or your raw materials and you bring it in. It takes a while for the pass-through effect to take place. So I'm not sure how the banking sector operates and if there's what they call a timing thing that needs to happen. But, yes, the Bank of Jamaica needs to pressure them, but I think more needs to be done to get our rates and policies in place to allow banks to lend money, to allow businesses to be competitive on the global sphere.
Chief Executive Officer of Boss Furniture, Omar Azan. In the meantime, turning to the state of the economy, Mr. Azan says businesses and consumers are struggling due to high interest rates. He says banks will soon be in a similar position.
Everything's going to start going haywire, and I'll tell you something, the government better call election quickly because the balloon is about to blow.
So, and like them, by the man, they don't come and tell lie. Remember the man around him and the whole of them run and do, But them are suffer now. Them are feel where poor people are feel. Remember the bigger age and they have to pay. I want to film place of a lockdown downtown, Film when I film thing, Yeah. They just listen what the man I say. And what Andrew say, them are the private sector where have the thing where imply the people them way. And when them bad, and I come out, when you see them have to come out. Yeah? Andrew they want to continue to tell him lie. Yeah, Andrew can't tell me. Andrew the lie they still parrot, Yes. Continue.
The economy is in the worst position that I have.
But if we keep on the part of the economy with the worst position for as long as possible, for let him go that him destroy the IC and destroy anything. And that him want to do, plan for destroy IC and destroy everything and then them let go. Fret them are fretting, Landslide for them. Landslide for them.
I've ever seen it in my 30-odd years of business. The buying power is the weakest. Remittances are down. Tourism is struggling. Everything is struggling. And what are we doing? We're doing things to stifle the economy with our monetary policies coming from the Bank of Jamaica and the Ministry of Finance. People out there that are living and working in Jamaica may all seem fine and dandy when the politicians step out on stage and speak high and mighty of how great the economy is doing. Jamaica and the Ministry of Finance. People out there that are living and working in Jamaica may all seem fine and dandy when the politicians step out on stage and speak high and mighty of how great the economy is doing. Living and working in Jamaica may all seem fine and dandy when the politicians step out on stage and speak high and mighty of how great the economy is doing. Living and working in Jamaica may all seem fine and dandy when the politicians step out on stage and speak high and mighty of how great the economy is doing. Living and working in Jamaica may all seem fine and dandy when the politicians step out on stage and speak high and mighty of how great the economy is doing. But look at how many hungry people are out there that are struggling and step out on stage and speak high and mighty of how great the economy is doing. But look at how many hungry people are out there and step out on stage and speak high and mighty of how great the economy is doing. But look at how many hungry people are out there that are struggling, how many businesses are finding it hard, right? So we need to start waking up the government, the opposition.
Chief Executive Office of Boss Furniture Omar Azan. In its latest report on Jamaica's economy last week, the Planning Institute of Jamaica said it grew by 0.8% in the March 2025 quarter, marking its exit from technical recession.
Yeah, where to come from? The plan, the guy where they because we're still in a recession. The guy where they say, 0.8. And a 1 point something, pint front of the 8, 0.8. No grow. And it mark we come out a technical recession. Or your country in a technical, in a recession, I do good. The man I tell you this last month, I tell you say the place mash up. People are hungry. About Andrew, and tell you say the politician has step on the stage. Andrew won his them. All of them says lie, garbage. Any radio station, I say them up on a playlist. Any radio station where you hear no host, they pan and pick up for the Prime Minister, them on the playlist. Them have a playlist and them I get them. Some used to get 600,000, for a certain radio station, now them pass over the club $1 million. Because man they are crumbling, yeah, woman they too. Yeah, and then get them per month. So you expect them to come out and do no. And by the way, the eagle side, I don't know. So remember, another me I give people one way. Remember, me not do tabloid. Nobody feels me no. When you hear me ask question, me know the answer to you. And it's a piece of shit. Yes? Yeah, we have to do it like the feds. When you ask question, when them tell lie, we whap them. You understand? No go that. Hear this again.
The PIOJ said the turnaround was driven by rising consumer confidence, increased employment, and stronger external demand.
So that was a lie. Rising, him said this driven by rising consumer confidence. Or if you have consumer confidence when the biggest supplier for coats and the biggest furniture maker in, and imply so much people all over in Jamaica, and I export, come out and I tell you, say, yo, we are get crushed. And other people can depend on the board when they get crushed too. In the private sector, because them are the biggest, them employ the most people there. Through the private sector, do them thing, don't. Them are get crushed. Them are feel it. But in my PSOJ say rising demand and not go so yeah. Hear this now, separate, hear this.
Close to 2 months after the 10% tariff on goods exported from Jamaica to the United States took effect, Chief Executive Officer of the separate group, Richard Pandowi, says from a supply chain standpoint, the impact on manufacturers has been worse than during the COVID-19 pandemic.
Impact on manufacturers.
Mr. Pandowi says his company has been trying to find alternative markets. Describing supply chain shocks during and post-COVID as a nightmare, the Seprod CEO says businesses are having a harder time sourcing and receiving products.
During COVID, a lot of production went down, so supplies were actually available. Some commodity price went through the roof, obviously, but the fact is that the reality of today, and I've been saying this for at least a year and a half, 2 years now, that our supply chain disruptions are actually worse now.
So who's most?
It's worse, no. But Andrew, go up on the stage like Omar and say, from the PSOJ people, them, I said the big company there. Go up on the stage and say, we will keep on this path, this trajectory, figure where we are go. And keep all long, figure them look and ask yourself. You can't treat nobody out there. We are going to show him about, him shouldn't mention about Singapore. Continue, watch this.
The PNP have spread a notion that the economy is for the big people.
Them not spend a notion about economy for the big people. Them tell us they mash up the economy. You hear what I say? The PNP spend a motion for the economy, he mash it up. People them not make nothing. So I say big people, but you still him same one. Can me can't blame when me done. I come and say 50,000 people I put them in a safety net. Them turn fish now. I put them in a safety net so them not drop through the net. Yes. Yes. Can't fish use and yeah, net you use catch fish, you know. So I put them in a safety net. Yeah? Yes. Eh? Hear this now. Drop him some drop red palm Mark Golden, you know. Them lose a bag of money too, Robert.
That is the greatest deception that has ever happened to our people. And you know why? The people who say that are the people who have benefited most from the economy of this country.
Yeah, what I say? The people who say that Andrew, I don't want to benefit more. Andrew are the richest thing come out in the 90s. Andrew in a Ponzi scheme from the 90s, you know. Him helped destroy the 90s, you know. Go look on the affidavit. Andrew helped destroy the 90s. That's why they have to come with FinSac and try to help out the people them. Andrew are one of them. Remember, you know? FinSac did FinSac wasn't and FinSac a government thing for a deal with the whole of this, the bad debt and everything, you know. For straight on the thing that the whole country not draw down because Andrew and the merrymen them. Rich out of the 90s and early 2000s. Rich. It's there that my word. Look on the affidavit. Me have it. Me show it. Yeah? Andrew, him come up with one time a 14 taxi. And we don't know all the company, but Andrew have the money. Andrew in a whole end, in a cash plus, in a SSL, from down there. Yeah? Andrew have money, Andrew have we call shell companies from the 90s. Destroying the place. And then we turn it to Mark Golden in the 90s with wheel company. Hear this.
In the 1990s, the PNP ran the economy in such a way that they increased interest rates.
I be a lie, I'm telling you. Be a lie, I'm telling you. Hear this.
I want everybody to listen to this.
We just play where them are telling us the interest rate too high by Omaras and don't right now. Eh? Hear this.
They increased the interest rate high.
So when you increase interest rate and what high, what if you do if you come with things like how you see me come with it and do fact checking here and come with the proof of your thing where you talk. See? Yes. Because them thing where them need to borrow and him a part of the scheme. And the Shah in the 1990s, the government have a bail him out too. Me I show it. Because sure, Andrew, we only have to, we not just talk. No time for that. We full of substance. See? We not just talk, we are substance. So let me show you something, people. Let me draw up there. See? We not just talk, we are substance. So Adisha and say I got to. And Holness affidavit. Holness. Let me take Holness affidavit first. Let me take Holness affidavit and then Shah. I see affidavit. All right. I could see this. I could put up Holness affidavit and I could take a vine of the 90s, people. This are the only, and then I look for Shah. Okay. Let me see this. You should have opened the affidavit itself, you know. All right. Look on this. Want to see the whole affidavit. All right. Let me just put up this quick. And put up Shah. I don't want to open the whole affidavit and you see what I want to do on this. But let me just put up this in the paper. Yes? Only if you can't talk to nobody, you're not supposed to be in a prime minister, better. Let me just open this that you can read it. Supreme Court has rejected an application by the Prime Minister and Holness to strike out what he described as scandalous portion of the affidavit filed by the Senior Integrity Commission official and his lawsuit against anti-corruption body. Justice Alta Jarrett this afternoon ruled against Holness and 3 associate entities: Imperium Holding Limited, Positive Media Solution, Positive Jamaica Foundation. Holness and the entities received permission to appeal the decision. The court also granted a stay of proceeding, meaning the October judicial review against the IC investigation into Holness finance cannot be heard until the appeal is decided. All right. So this the affidavit, people. This him a tell the people them go on and want to reject. More want to see the real the court of that show that. Because the affidavit, it show everything what Holness do and the scam and the lies. With them Dilido taxi, Dilido, that never happened in Jamaica. That's shell company. The one where I put board never happened. In the 90s, him attack and the same meltdown in the 90s, the one of this a garbage. You understand? See, the one of this a garbage. Thing there, right? So don't write on this, don't, but don't write on this right now. We're on a different thing about reggae now. But we are doing them show you, don't me remove you. So don't write about reggae now. We are doing reggae. When we are doing music, with the music. So nobody put up a thing with that here. We're on a serious thing now about our country. Don't write that. Yes, good. Yes. I will put it on time out. When I do them thing, I'm a serious, you know. Right? So you have him, you have all this did all money in the 90s. See? The one of them borrow money from these institutions and not pay back and run up on cars and melt down. So, and him know, because we show them. So we show him strike out him. Let me go for all this shot because I like show a quick little thing pan there. We go for all this shot. See? Tonight pan Titans are worried, you know. All this shot. Facts check, you know. Yeah. See the guy Wayne Henry, all this shot. Let me show the guy with them put around this, so Wayne Henry. Now I'll show this too. Now I'll show Wayne Henry. Now I'll show where Wayne Henry come from. All this yeah. Let me show where him come from. Yeah. Let me show Wayne Henry just run up. So I'll show Wayne Henry Finsack. Let me go for Finsack now. Yeah. All right, Finsack page. Truth about Finsack. All right. Draft. Let me draft for two of them pages. Wayne Henry just run up, you know, so I'm going to show you, you know. Dan Crawford. All right, this is Dan Crawford. I'm here, hey, when you touch some of the one of the thing them, you know. Some of the, yeah. All right, look on this now. This is Wayne Henry used to work with Ardisha. Let me just I come up and when me look, everything I jump up when me touch something, you know. So it's all good. Wayne Henry, where you there? Wayne Henry. See the one named Wayne Henry, yeah? Him there appears to PIOJ, you know, I give a rank score. See me? Him named Wayne Henry. Finance Minister Ardisha has been relying heavily on service consultant and advisors. So see, I'm not sure your own name Wayne Henry. See me? So over 34 million is being paid to contract 10 persons in the finance ministry. Dr. Wayne Henry, Chief Technical Advisor, and Territorial. So them show you who get the majority. Henry been, so him get the most. Yearly to provide. Him, say Henry, I know. So Wayne Henry, see that him get the most money from all the shop. So you know what the matter about this law, and him them put a PIOJ. Him say I can't do, him the advisor of the shop. Him is a labor right operative for money. So him a give you the wrong score from PIOJ. We not get now the lies. See, when we talk about them, me have them. I have them out box for all the shop, the owe money, and Omar Davis have a right off that. And them say it. I said them hypocritical. So when Andrew Holness come out talk about this, Andrew them rich from the 90s, from Ponzi scheme and lies, and where them get them first money from. But like what Omar as Andrew come say, them all come and tell us that the economy nice and everything. Be a bullshit. Meanwhile, in the 80s, just can the place them hospital lockdown and everything at that Patterson, they are put back the same bus. The everything where you see them put back in there, me I play 18 and a half years when me done. Yes? But them said Jamaica, the PMP destroy Jamaica. Every time them go in the boat, you still in America for the blueprint. Them no build nothing. Him destroy from 2016, mash up the whole place. Right now, no for one cast light whenever you use the cast light. The man I eat that man. Eh? You see me answer? Him that do me just show the circle while. You understand? Yeah, man. What?
And then they borrowed.
And them borrowed. And the people them with the institution and Dan Crawford and you know the same like how you have Cash Plus and SSL take the people them money and whatever, and the people them put money this and them use it, and the people them go to Barton Young and associate and they're still the one of them in a jail because they make money, you know. Them destroy Jamaica. You understand? And then blame the PMP. We take them out of it. So the word of this alive.
Who were the people
It is.
that lent them money? They are in Parliament today.
So, Marky G, and Peter Bunting never go borrow the people their money. Them never in a wallet, they never in a cash plus them. And remember, nobody never go to them, the people them never go to them. Go and Marky G them thief their money. So when I talk is bullshit. You see, these are the things I talk about. This man rich from the 90s. He have some money where we can't account for, you know. The genesis that me want to know about. If we the day in a Singapore, where I talk about, him done. Him done. And this is the same thing when I talk, and see my talk here. This is where I'm swearing at the people that like them, I eat that for them money when I say, but you're rich from the 90s, and that's all. You have the most taxes, the most thing and all kind of things. The whole only rich from the 90s. Then you come tell life and PMP, when is that piece of shit?
They benefited. They built a business on the high interest rate.
So lie I tell. These people have them business, so they couldn't build a business and no high interest rate. Hear this.
Policy of the PNP.
Oh, you build business but high interest rate of policy of the PNP. That makes sense? Eh? Nobody will lose money. I'm not for PNP paid back. PNP if you go in there, what is FinSac? Hey, him to go away, you know. Him to go away, him to go to prison. What is FinSac? See FinSac here. Kind of people don't know what FinSac means, you know, because JP don't. What's the meaning of FinSac? Because they must think it's a bank. Hey, go outside. Because I teach you a lie. And then I talk about Tapanaris. With everyone here, can be a bullshit him attacking for go to prison. Look here. So this caused by the JP, FinSac, Financial Sector Adjustment Company, was a Jamaican government entity established in 1997. Yeah? To address the fallout from severe financial crisis. It was created to resolve non-performing loans. The government Never take no loan from these people. You understand? This is a lie. This is the lie. Remember Paul Young a cast with them friend that, you know. I mate. The JLP benefit, it a come from the 80s. And it changed to SSL. Paul Young and Associate. Yeah? So, this offense created 1997 in the meltdown. DBG, it created 1997. Maybe look on DGB come in. Look here. Look here. I saw mislead people all the time, you know. Yeah? Him say them live off a back and them create and benefit off of something. When the people them came in from 1992 to do them thing, remember, you know, JP just lose 89. Darren Bolton and Golden, me just a show no. And you only for watch one I say no. Darren Bolton and Golden was financial institution in Jamaica established 1992. Later acquired by Scotia Bank. 1992, these people never in politics. Them farm, them company before they met, before even Finsack. Farm! You understand? Farm before Finsack farm. But yes, still, him have the notion I spread it. Yeah? I spread it, say, them for them company, this and all kind of thing. Eh? When a good financial place I run from where? I remember, you know, where you found Finsack, the government will reach out to who if you have financial institution. Same like how you have guy colleagues that get work or who get work. Right? But this, them never farm or live off on a government and people things. It has a lie. Them farm 5 years before even that. But this is how JLP say them love show out all these lies all the time and nobody no fact check them. Him full of shit. So them never farm. Figure live off and no meltdown off and nobody. People them a build themselves. You understand? And have a law firm farm from 93 to the meltdown in 97. You understand? A matter of fact, and the government come save a lot of these people them. Yeah? But this is what them do. And by the way, 98 rich, you know. But we don't know where the genesis of money come from. I know. Remember, you know, if in the truth, but where am I saying, you know, in that get that today, I see long time. So here comes now. May I get the next part now. But Singapore, where I tell the people them all line and minimum and this and that and this how it start. Let me show you how Singapore start now. Your piece of crap. Where Imadu couldn't put we nowhere near Singapore. We are the bottom of the pit. In this trials. Let me show you Singapore now how them start. Watch this.
Island nation is smaller than New York City, but it's the wealthiest country in Asia and one of the richest in the world.
Its GDP per capita itself has surpassed the...
This tiny island nation is smaller than New York City, but it's the wealthiest country in Asia and one of the richest in the world.
Its GDP per capita itself has surpassed the likes of the UK, the US, France, and other developed countries.
Over 6 decades, Singapore has transformed itself from a colonial trading port to a buzzing financial center that's envied the world over. And it's held up as an example for any country seeking to grow a robust, high-tech economy.
People, you say, I take this. Oh, you're spread 2 bed, spread 2 banana. Oh, and you want to go. Oh, you. And listen, we are backside. We have the most of the world. So we have resources. Them have none. No natural resources, and them even have water. Not even water. You see where I run through this? That country can be like what Andrew want to say. And it make you better off here. Bullshit. Yeah? The card center can't help you. Antomo can't help you. Now do nothing to you. Yes? Yes. This is how I'm wicked. Remember, go back. When you look what you're saying, look what start. Look.
Singapore has transformed itself from a colonial trading port to a buzzing financial center that's envied the world over. And it's held up as an example for any country seeking to grow a robust, high-tech economy. Its wealth is the product of decades of planning by a party that's been in power since independence. So, what's Singapore's formula for success? And as its leadership changes for the first time in 20 years, can it continue to prosper? When Singapore became independent in 1965, the first Prime Minister Lee Kuan Yew and other founding leaders recognized it had an economic problem. It had no natural resources. So if they wanted to develop an export-led economy and attract foreign capital, they would need to build up the country's manufacturing industry.
So we have any manufacturing industry? Somebody can just a banana grow up and you sell 2 Korean banana on a stall and that grow up. You know, every day we go up on the same position every day. And the things them go up because when the fuel go up, everything arise, you know. Right? And when the dollar devalue, everything gone up anyway. And that happened too, you know. So we're worse off. Yeah? That's what we did there in 10 years. We wipe out, Andrew wipe out the whole place. Only people benefit of Andrew and them friend them, in millions them. Yeah? So you know the country we're staff right now and make him go up on a stage and chat bullshit. Don't make no sense. The manufacturing, with them building in Jamaica, you can't put a hotel that hey, the service thing now right now, you know, that is bullshit. You hear what them do? Them not full them make a piece of place with some hotel and people that's flying and just go out. They want to export to the world, join raw material and export and then build everything. Everything. What for them do? Eh? But you care about Singapore. So where do come from? Look at
an export-led economy and attract foreign capital, they would need to build up the country's manufacturing industry. Its location gave it an edge.
It has access to the Straits of Malacca, to the Indian Ocean, to the South China Sea, which makes it a pivotal shipping hub.
So it did this initially by transforming Singapore into a manufacturing base, with a focus on labor-intensive industry at first to wipe out the high unemployment.
But Lee only ever intended manufacturing as a stepping stone to a more developed economy.
He laid the fundamentals, which is a solid financial and legal system, stable and largely clean government, making sure...
Clean government! So why you can't Singapore name there also? You are the head for the government and you're not clean, brother. And you remember them, them not clean either. So I'm talking about Singapore. And them make up organize. And that's the problem with them. And just set it back more than 50 years. Right now. We're going back where? See? We're going back in the 1800. Him rub it out. Yeah? Continue. About Singapore, like, fast set this name.
The public transport system is efficient, has world-class healthcare infrastructure.
World-class healthcare. People, Jamaica have world-class healthcare now. Your healthcare tell you the state of the country. The healthcare tell you the state of the country. Go look on it. And Andrew of the art, I put Christopher Tufton for give him thing for him good job in healthcare. This are all them barefaced and disrespectful. In a healthcare, watch this.
In the 1980s, Lee started laying the groundwork for what is now Singapore's biggest source of wealth, finance. Following the lead of places like the US and UK, he liberalized the financial services industry with lighter touch regulation. The legacy of that approach is evident today.
You see the big banks, them when drawing a fee in place, some money in place. Yeah? I remember I do the manufacturing, I do everything, you know. And I like, you come with a call center and when you look at the same member of parliament, them own it or them friend. And you go slave for them and say, hello, yes sir, yes, okay sir. Pass and call, they come from university and sit down. Yeah, or forget blood clot in your leg. Deep vein thrombosis. Can you sit down every day one place? Hello, yes, sir. And call at work. Nothing else. Nothing else. And then get a man where them control out this investment. You come here build 1,000 hotel room. You know own it. Them control it, them a pay you, you not get even pay, them a slave you out. The people them are flying, most of the money keep outside. This is how Singapore build. They never have no resources. They have to dump up land, dump it up swampy. Never even have water. You pass Singapore. Eh? Him gone the wrong way and I line in pocket and I tell we shit. Continue.
4,200 multinational companies have regional headquarters here.
How much company themselves regional headquarters there? 4,200. That means a money plan. So. Remember, you know, it clean for the business. So them the mind put them headquarters there, the multilateral companies them. Right there so. So them paid. See? No one or two, me say, you know. No one or two, a place at the size of New York City. No one or two. 4,200 that the top companies have them headquarters. That means everything. You see this? Eh? Knowledge of power around here, man. Don't.
Low taxes are a big reason for that. Singapore's corporate tax rate is just 17% and can hit 13.5% or lower for
corporate tax rate
for some activities. That's also because Lee's successor, Goh Chok Tong, continued to lean into attracting big business.
Singapore shifted emphasis to a knowledge-based economy that relies more on creativity and growing Singapore's entrepreneurs.
Them are grow them entrepreneurs. Ongo entrepreneurs are grow. Andrew and him wife and him friend them in a government. The one when him done, when him done, you know, done. You know, me from Indian, on the car call him done, yeah? Can me say that for a long time, him name done. Remember, me tell him say done, him done. Him NCB, him get the building and then him get government contract sitting right there. If a Singapore, him them gone to prison. Him gone to prison. Andrew couldn't put him foot at Singapore that they are prison a long time. But yet still I tell the people about Singapore and my work and keep him on this when the country mash up. When people from the PSOJ come out and I tell us that the country destroy, the economy done. Eh? Continue.
In 2004, Lee Hsien Loong, Lee Kuan Yew's eldest son, took over the premiership. And he realized to retain the flow of businesses and wealth, it needed to be an even more attractive place to live in. With its prime location, Singapore had to become a destination in itself. That's been key to Singapore's success. It had embarked on an ambitious land reclamation project in the 1970s. Over the years, that space...
In the 1970 land, them reclaim some land down the sea. This is where Andrew tell all them the other day, when Mark Golden and said, build up this. Son, and that's why we know them can't build, me have to show them Dubai. And then none of them places, them build, Japan build airport and I see, you know. I remember every plane a land planet, nothing, I did not sink yet. Them are sinking this, but you know, them are top up that. I remember about a Sonic bill. Airport. Tons where the plane them weigh tons, and when it loaded and it out in the sea. You see, sometimes when I'm talking, you know, I wonder if, you know, the people them when I talk to, boy, them forget back at Jamal. You understand? Knowledge of power here? Continue.
This was filled with not just offices and apartment buildings, but entertainment hubs, changing the city skyline in the process.
One example was bringing in the F1 night race.
The government also welcomed casinos, or integrated resorts as they're called.
And the timing was impeccable because the Chinese and Indian economies were booming. Singapore was ideally situated to attract the region's ultra-wealthy, who could then enjoy the casinos and nightlife, but also park their money. The results? The total value of assets under management in Singapore jumped from $420 billion at the start of Lee Hsien Loong's tenure to $3.6 trillion in 2022.
Yeah, this, look pandemic economy. a place where it take like a St. Catherine or somewhere around there. So. Yeah? Well, it take like one of a big parish. Look at the economy. A US that, you know. Ask what our one value. Look how much our one value. We don't value nothing. But yeah? We don't value nothing. See? Look on this. I tell them, boy, I tell them, look on the place so it build up. Patterson up on the right part when the man build highway. Can you imagine Patterson build highway put in the same phone system, do everything, and the master demand them not do nothing? Eh? After you take the economy and destroy it, in a Patterson time, look on the money where it value. People have more spending power a long time. Right now, you destroy the place where money they want 60 to 1. You take people for idiot, man. You understand? Look here.
While Singapore has been an economic success, its leadership is criticized by some for the restrictions on...
All right, so we want to teach him something when him come, and him talking about bullshit. None of them, yeah. The leader come and tell you, say, any little thing, man, I'll go up and foreign, take a plane ticket and go foreign and come back and go in prison. With the big boys then. Yeah? That you can't bribe, not judge nobody at all. That when the anti-corruption body come, them can arrest you. Even if you're prime minister, them search a place without no warrant. Them give them the teeth. I see if you have those teeth. We no business. But when you sit down in the one destroy IC, you tell IC lie. Look here. The man I tell IC so lie. At the case, they don't tell lie, you know. Because we have the IC, but it operates a different way. Right? And them are hiding things them. Because when we look at the affidavit, it show you from 98. It shows say even in 2016, 2017, them write IC writing. This is before them put the one office in 2018. You know? And them tell them lie, then them come back with lies, and them come back with more lies. Them dangerous. Same like come and say Pump Valves came out with he must say when I'm say invented. Let me look what I'm saying invented. Because Pump Valves don't bad enough. Let me look what Pump Valves say invented. Pump Valves is that angel to him attack, you know. Yeah? And Pump Valves are the first angel me see. Let me say it back. Let me say it again on the platform. Yeah? Yeah. When I'm say them invent impeachment. So I'm say them invent impeachment, the US and UK. The English invent. But when I realize, if you say them invent the English language, brother, the whole language, we name, the brown, the this, the way you name, the English language are them. The road over to amateur fact, them will be place over the place, them and them build it up same way. You go down a wharf, you go down at the front of the King Street, there's some of them build and like them look at harbor and them concrete, they still got them, you know. We get the place. The Westminster Magla them. And that we are used. So you never know what about them inventing impeachment and for all them, man. It's for all anybody. See Bill Clinton get impeached. Donald Trump. And our good boy impeachment. I mean, yes, and don't slavery right talk, you know. Impeachment. If you did have impeachment procedure and Dalrymple gets sentenced, them should have sent out prison to just find out the 900,000. There is no way she should have get impeached that she cannot put her foot back in her politics. That's so, hey, you put her back for do it again. So when I call him, the bind us as a little youth, 17 or 16, and then catch you with the weed. And you go to jail. And you come out and turn a liar that you get up. And them talk about convicted. Darrell Vaz, you have no shame. You are an angel. Yes, you is a minister. Yeah, you're MP and you're everything. And I work with an honest government that US have looked upon you and cancel your visa and cancel your wife and then pick the visa. Put a ban on you. And it have 2 and 2 hours read it to talk about drugs. And you so clean. I tell you, don't bother mention about no drugs. Well, look where I read by the visa mark. Put it up there for me. When you look on 2 and 2 with me. And you are running off your mouth and say convicted. Some people don't get convicted. But when a country can look upon you and ban you as a minister, that's embarrassing. We have ordinary citizens of the country can get up and go on a bird and fly out, and you can't go there. You can't even go near them plane. You can't even go near it. This is how bad it be. And you see when I call people about convicted. You have some people don't get convicted, but I better you get convicted and you go through and clean up yourself. More than you don't get convicted, but you're dirty more than dirt. You're dirty more than garbage heap. Eh? If you try to board them plane right now, they're going to arrest you. And I bet you any money, just get up and go fly go to New York. Huh? Yeah? Can you imagine? Eh? When you look, them have deputy prime minister can't fly. And at this one want for Jamaica. These are the things where the media house should have talked about. But no. You push this garbage and try to go around and do things, and then you talk about people. Brother, pick the wood out of your eye first, man. Do like a big mama them. And a beam, you know. Beam is a piece of wood down. Pick the wood them out of your eye. Before you talk about ice at a liar, you are what? Shit. Yeah, pump valves and wood valves. Two of them. Garbage. Eh? And you use something very straight and talk some bullshit. I don't understand. You're not too dunce, man. Stop it, man. No, you have to hold them to accounting. Yes? Here the one you know. I'm going to play this. Here the one over RGR. I'm going to play it, you know. Right? The other day, I say, Tumblebug gone out. Because you remember them and them, I tell you what they're going to do when them come in from last year. Come up from every time. Can remember my plate, you know, remember my carry. So remember the other day, you know, minister, she just turned the minister just the other day. Look when she turned minister. Yeah? Then put her over there to turn a minister. The other day she run out and I talk about them. We are going to start after she had Damon I go on and them thing. But them do is try to tweak something. Right? Yeah, what I want to know. Remember hear this. This are Emily. Yeah? This are Emily. Hear this. I try cold water and I chat bullshit. Yeah, this is RJR, me tell you now. Una go get so RJR, una aiding and betting criminality around here too, you know. Alright, continue.
In listening again to part of the presentations from the People's National Party as it unveiled its manifesto a couple nights ago. We had a presentation from the opposition spokesperson on education, Damian Crawford. And I listened quite a lot to the presentations in the Senate, and of course, always cerebrally provoking the presentations from Damian Crawford. So a lot of what he said at the launch, they're not entirely surprising to me. But I want to have you listen to what he says about what the PNP intends to do for school children. And also you will hear from Dana Morris-Dixon, the Minister of Education now, on what is actually happening in terms of school feeding program for the children.
She said that too, you know.
Because what I find that's happening, a lot of things that are being presented as new, they're really not new. There is so much that has been happening, and some of the proposals of the opposition now in its manifesto, they're indicating to me, perhaps more than anything else, a desire to build on as opposed to introduce.
So lie Seattle. Lie Seattle. Remember we have the hey, I want to kick her out, you know. So you hear our work. You hear her. Continue. Play this.
Something new
Yeah.
Sometimes when I listen to the conversations, I don't get the impression that there's an appreciation of what is exactly happening now. Versus what is being proposed as new. So let's hear what Damian Crawford said the PNP intends to do concerning education.
A return to 22% absenteeism, quote unquote, pre-COVID levels. Chronic absenteeism is suggested to be 10%. So we are celebrating twice what is suggested to be the chronic absenteeism levels. And this is for the general reality. Deep rural absenteeism has been said to be 55% and rural absenteeism 32%. To this extent, we have recognized some of the reasons for absenteeism to include access to transportation. And it's important to differentiate access and affordability because there are some communities being deep rural that have no access for them to even consider affordability. To that extent, we had indicated the RIDE program. And the RIDE program is to give $10,000 per month or $2,500 per week as a supplement to individuals who are coming from communities that may, one, not have access to make access more available, but two, may not be able to afford to ensure that they can afford getting to school. Regardless of...
She not bias, she'll labor right, she'll work with them. She'll come from over Big Mama, go look back, go check your thing. She does that one cover. So I know those not buy a shot talk her thing. You know when people just look what going on, man. And spread them ring. I just should not do this. Them take care of. I should go back a Big Mama.
Quality of school and teacher absence would indicate that the child would not be able to perform satisfactorily. We also recognize nutrition to be a problem. And in recognizing that nutrition is a problem, we relied upon the research that said 56% of Jamaicans have food insecurity. Some graver than others, but 56%. Our current PATH program lunch is targeting less than 30% of our children.
So for your ear, our current PATH program lunch, that means with a PATH program with lunch, a PNP carrying PATH, where she attack is bullcrap. Remember, man, they start the feeding program from the 70s. But see, I got ravage and move them thing there. PNP coming back with PATH. Look when PATH come in and it have the feeding program. So she talk about tweak is bullshit. Just facts check her. You hear the program where I do it? PATH. PATH. Yeah? But this is what them do and brainwash people all the time. If you listen, you know, so the foundation from over PNP in the 90s PATH. Yeah? And when it come in early 2000. Just look when PATH come in. I'm going to play that and I'm going to play it and remind them. So the PATH program with the feeding, with the, it pay about fair for them to take care of enough things, the PATH program, you know. So she can go get that to the JLP. Them just use it. But them say, I'm going to take it up. I don't know what happened to her. Continue.
Indicating that approximately 26% are still not accessing the necessary nutrition that is needed.
Yeah.
To this extent, we not only decided to expand the number of students to over 240,000 students, but also to increase the amount from $180 to $400 per child per day.
So then I get 180 more pushed up more per day, right? Because the PATH program, the money is there for PATH. PNP do it. Okay. But we hear what she has said.
The current $180 have caused for an apartheid system in education, where many children on PATH have to join a separate line of segregation and divided from persons who are affording other lunches.
Yeah.
Principals have also started to offer 3 days of lunch because the money allotted cannot provide for the entire 5 days.
Right.
Time come for that to change.
And you know why it end up so? Because the money devalue. So them should have raised the PATH program when them come in and the money at devalue. Because the PATH program will start from PNP. With the whole of this coming in the package. So when she talk about JLP and tweak, she's a piece of shit. JLP should have stepped up the money for the PATH program because the money is there. You know, if you have get 180, it for go up more. See? Just remember the originator of PATH program. I'm going to play it next year. Continue. Let me hear what she has said.
We we will ensure that the stories of literacy problems in high school are a thing of the past by focusing on literacy and numeracy in the first 4 years, indicating that by the grade 6, all our children should be literate and numerate with the necessary interventions to correct the necessary things for those children.
All right, that's Damian Crawford speaking to nutrition and access to transport.
Nutrition, access to
In
transport.
the access to transport, he speaks of the $10,000 per month.
Transport set up.
For rural children.
I'm going to finish here now. She got up on transport, but yeah, now.
Damian Crawford speaking to nutrition and access to transport. In the access to transport, he speaks of the $10,000 per month for rural children. When the press conference was held concerning the rural school bus system, there was a presentation from Mr. Troop in the Ministry of Education. And Mr. Troop outlined to Jamaica that from 2016, there was a system where the Ministry of Education engaged through the various schools with local transport operators in various communities. They engaged the transport operators and they paid the transport operators to transport children in deep rural to school. The operators were then paid by the schools through the Ministry of Education. I believe I heard an interview on the...
So she heard an interview. You know what she got? Because Troop, I tell them like a 2016 and she repeat it. She's a piece of shit. I'm sure her something.
School children in London are riding to classes in safety and comfort.
This is not 2016. Him just come in and him come see this. So me don't know the hey, she does I want to take her off, you know. This is 2015. I'm at the fact from 2013. So it's not the JLP do this. So when Troop come and talk, him come and inherit something. But him don't even say, well, me inherit it because it come from 2015 or 21. Eh? Look on this. I'm here what she talk about. Look here. Look on the time, people.
School children in Clarendon are riding to classes in safety and comfort. Since February 2015, they've been on board the Rural Safe School Transport.
Since when, people? How would it not power?
Comfort. Since February 2015, they've been on board the Rural Safe School classes in safety and comfort. Since February 2015, they've been on board the Rural Safe School Transportation
One more time.
Safety and Comfort. Since February 2015, they've been on board the Rural Safe School Transportation Program.
It's an example to other areas.
This landmark project was conceptualized by the Clarendon Parish Council. It's now a successful partnership involving the Ministry of Transport, Works and Housing, the Transport Authority, Jamaica Constabulary Force, schools in the parish and private bus operators. It began by transporting 1,700 students from 3 Clarendon high schools, but has since expanded to 7 schools and is looking to accommodate even more. 10 private bus operators were brought on board to supplement the initial 3 JUTC buses. Those private bus operators had to sign a memorandum of understanding, agreeing to adhere to standards set out by the Transport Authority.
It is a standard-driven program, and we do everything to ensure that the standards are maintained. Any operator that fails to maintain the standards will not be maintained in the program. Safe. The emphasis on safe. And so the buses that are utilized in this program have to meet certain structural integrity criteria. They have to be safe, they have to be clean, they have to have safety gadgets attached to them.
It mirrors the St. Catherine's school bus program, which was launched in September 2013.
So St. Catherine one last 2013,
and the school's transportation program in Portmore and Manchester.
We work closely with the school, the PTA and the school administration to ensure that our students are adhering to the timetables so that, again, it becomes part of their own discipline to ensure punctuality, which later on will redound in a high level of productivity.
For the long term, government sees the system in Clarendon, St. Catherine and Manchester as a blueprint for fine-tuning strategies to institute a national rural school transportation service.
Yeah, institute the blueprint.
We won't be able to replicate JUTCs all over the island.
Yeah, what them do?
But nonetheless, within the constraints of the resources available to us, I commit that my ministry will work with the relevant parties in providing safe transportation to and from school for all our school children.
The Clarendon example points to huge benefits from such a system.
Arrival at school on time, improvement in punctuality at school, improvement in attendance. And what I mean by improvement in attendance? Because students are not benefiting from lower fare, traveling comfort, no more lapping up, restoration of discipline, again, no lewd and loud music, no careless and reckless driving. Operators are more courteous.
It's a breath of fresh air for us at Governmental because we were exposed initially to like the shuttle buses.
But now that that does not exist anymore, we feel assured that our students will come ready for learning, settled.
We normally arrive at school very late because of the shuttle buses. They didn't have any specific time to pick us up. And at times, I was really annoyed by the music and the lapping up. Now I can go to school in fine style and comfort.
And also the students, they get to integrate.
If I'm not able to study at home, I'm able to study in the bus on my way to school.
Everybody want the AC, so everybody take the bus. So we appreciate it and we love it a lot. We thank the government a lot for putting this service in place for us.
It's very important that we ensure that our children are safe all the time, but particularly on the way to and from the school. Through creative thinking, we can provide a worthy service which allows our children to move to and from safely and in some level of comfort.
All right. I'm going to keep that pan there, so. We go back from April 2015. So when them come in 2016, it run. So when she said the man, when they make presentation, said 2016, it not start. If him does say, the guy, when they talk, so where it start from, him come see 2016. It's there. But she jump up on that. One day, like a angel only said, put it in there. If she said, trooper, you come and you see something there. Now must the PNP put it in there. Eh? But she depend Ajara spread her misinformation and disinformation and shit. Listen now. Let me go back to the question I said. Listen.
On the headlines yesterday with a representative from the PNP who confirmed that that is actually happening at the moment. So what is being proposed is a bit of expansion in terms of the quantum that is to be given per child per day, as opposed to something that is new. But here's how Dana Morris Dixon, the
Let me just play the call. I'll play about that.
Damien Crawford speaking to nutrition and access to transport. It's Damien Crawford speaking to nutrition and access to transport.
Yes.
In the access to transport, he speaks of the $10,000 per month for rural children.
Yes.
When the press conference was held concerning
a live conference,
the rural school bus system, there was a presentation from Mr. Troop in the Ministry of Education. And Mr. Troop outlined to Jamaica that from 2016, there was a system.
There was a system
where the Ministry of Education engaged through the various schools with local transport operators in various communities.
It was from 20
the transport operators, and they paid the transport operators to transport children in deep rural to school, and the operators were then paid by the schools through the Ministry of Education.
Yes.
I believe I heard an interview on Beyond the Headlines yesterday with a representative from the PNP who confirmed that that is actually happening at the moment. So what is being proposed is a bit of expansion in terms of the quantum that is to be given per child per day, as opposed to something that is new. But here's how Dana Morris Dixon, the education minister, spoke to what is now being done for school feeding of children who they've realized go to school hungry. Let's see if we have Dana Morris Dixon now.
We are targeting the schools
We are.
that
School
have
locking up.
the least good performances in CXC and otherwise. So we're targeting them. And we found 56 high schools that fit that bill and 189 primary schools. So we've identified the schools that need the intervention. And what are we doing? We are providing targeted support to those children. So some of you may have seen maths camps over the Christmas or over the Easter. And I know in this constituency, many children participate.
Yes, over the Easter.
That's because we
Easter,
say
no.
we're not leaving those
Easter.
children behind. They are as important as everybody else. We're also extending the school day at those schools because we
Over the
understand
Easter.
that children need to be at school for a longer time,
And Dana
especially
said that.
if they need to catch up.
Yes.
Let's go to the break. Morris Dixon, the Minister of Education.
These are the schools that are not performing. And the thing I'm most proud of, and that our Prime Minister has led on and directed, is that for those schools, remember I told you about the schools with the underperforming children, all of those schools, every child is going to get breakfast.
Is going to get breakfast. And at this ship here, them a get breakfast because I eat the paper, I said them to go up. Everything where you Andrew come say, tell me, I tell you. And there's something in place. The part in place from the 90s. Do all of this. Money, the value, and what have you. So when she attack is bullshit. She know what the government, you know. She don't know the timing. She talk about troop, but yesterday 2015, this in. So when troop said, well, the ministry, of course, them come in 2016 and this around 2022, them try for dismantle this, you know. It's still about, you know, but them try for 2022. But you know, when troop comes at 2016. But in the set of kind of talk, set of come from over 2015, you know, when it start. So she a repeat. She do her fact checking. No, you just in a labor right head, you just put Andrew Holness and them talk something over the mic in a fact checking. No guy can go in my head. We have fact check you. You can see B and call it Z and then go in my head. And not say to around here. You understand? No. You can't see B and call it Z and go in my head. Facts check them. So when Troop did that chat is bullshit, him doesn't talk about the administration and then she know quantify. A matter of fact, she starts spread it all over the place, you know, she. Yeah? She magnify the thing. She take it up first and then she start magnify it. Yeah, look through it and then start push it around over the whole place, you know, start, yes. It start. And I talk about the feeding program. I could look for 18 and a half years. I could look on the thing where them use, the part to give the money and everything. The money for go up. And when them do them talk to some PNP, young people, when even them for do them fact check before them talk to these people on TV, you know, radio, you know. Because some of them all got them just going to politics and them don't know that part. They might hear this. Mine won't do no fact check when I think before no do interview with them people, yeah? Because them are shit. They may just call you out of the blues and you'll see what I want and say, yes, but we're going to do this. But listen, check the origin, how these things start from here. All right, look on this. So we're going to look on this 18 years. So look under this and you'll see the whole part and thing. Watch this.
We know that there is a generation of Jamaicans who were not born in the 1970s. And they have no clue as to how the other party destroyed Jamaica. They have no clue. There is a generation
This is what in their head, and if you ask him what them destroy, look what them destroy. Ask him what him do.
In the 90s and the early 2000s, they have no clue as to how the 18 and a half years of the PNP destroyed Jamaica.
Interesting statement, Prime Minister. Let's look at some of the destruction you said the PNP caused, and let's see if Jamaica would be better off without it.
The Rural Agricultural Development Authority, RADA, 19...
It's a RADA where you say green. This is the same RADA where you say the woman that said the chicken and she said money and go through RADA office. It's a RADA where they might run up and down with, you know. Same RADA. This is 1989. This is Michael Mann when him come in. Deal with this himself. See? Watch this.
1990, committed to promoting the development of agriculture in Jamaica to enhance the national economy and improve the quality of life of rural farm families. That's gone. The Office of the Utilities Regulation, OUR, 1997, was established to regulate the operations of utility companies in Jamaica. That's gone too. The Jamaica Urban Transit Company, 1998, revolutionized the public transport service.
Remember, I know, Andrew said the place mash up. Go watch me, people. The place mash up, but 1997, them come with Finsack. If you go and clean, in 1998, where a bus keeps him, where import bus. But I just still, him say, the PNP mash up the place. And the bus, you see them say bus after bus, and the one them pose on with the bus, them, you know. PNP thing, you know. Yes. Continue.
Within the Kingston Metropolitan Transport Region, Spanish Town, and Portmore. There goes a main part of Jamaica's transport system. But wait, what about Jamaica?
No, it was Mackenzie, Tracy. It was a guy come chat, can be see him, you know, when they chat about foolishness. Because when you talk, you can't talk, so well, in 2016, it started from 2017. He never knows me how to video them. You can't ramp with me, you know. Remember me how the facts checking, it's there. Eh? This is how they mislead. Him dead if he misled. This is how they mislead Jamaicans all the time. Yes? Continue.
Because for a state-of-the-art transport hub for the corporate area, the Halfway Tree Transport Center that opened in 2008? Are you seeing a trend here?
People, you see with the airport transport center, oh, let me go back on that. Look at the
Spanish Town and Portmore. There goes a main part of Jamaica's transport system. But wait, what about Jamaica's first state-of-the-art transport hub for the corporate area, the Halfway...
All right, you saw the road narrow. Why you think Andrew got themselves a spread out crowd? If no one go in a little part, they want to do that and they had fire June, it look no fancy, yes, boom, bam, bam. Don't make him chicken here.
Tree Transport Center that opened in 2008? Are you seeing a trend here? The regulation of the telecoms industry. In 1999, there was only 5% mobile phone subscribers, totaling 120,000 people. This change broke the monopoly, brought new players to the market, introduced prepaid service, lower prices for handsets, and by 2007, there was 100% penetration.
So the child believe half a lies. So 100% penetration. Right now, even when they see them run up and down on a chat pan, thank God for the PNP. Thank God for them. That them can have handset of phone cheap of everything that them can use, them work online and do all kind of things. Thank God for the PNP. Say, yes. Continue.
That would be simply no more.
The Highway 2000 was initialized to connect
Say them not do nothing in the city, Look here.
to Jamaica via a comprehensive highway system, upgrade Jamaica's infrastructure, provide economic opportunities for growth, and create jobs. For the hundreds of thousands of Jamaicans that rely on these highways, can you imagine life without them? The PATH program, 2001.
2001 people. Here we telephone. All right. Listen to the same PATH program the government use to deal with the kids in my school and everything. Everything. Pay them transportation, do everything. Listen for the PATH program and shout about they and tweak. It should have gone up more because the dollar did value, but the systems are there where they might use. But remember PMP thing too, yeah? So make sure you know this.
Located through the Ministry of Labour and Social Security, the Program of Advance Through Health and Education PATH is a conditional
advance through health and education. You hear this? Health and education. And that it deal with. She can't come tell about it is there, so you won't go tweak. Tweak what? It's PATH program it run through. PATH program it run through the rural school bus system from 2015. Shout out about Troop, say. Troop is a man them put out there. Yeah. Me have him, man. Me have him up here chatting bullshit. Me can't show you. Bullshit him attack.
Cash Transfer CCT program aimed at delivering benefits to the most needy and vulnerable in society. Say goodbye to that as well. The National Environment and Planning Agency, NEPA, 2001. That was created to promote sustainable development by ensuring protection of the environment and orderly development in Jamaica. Without it, our watersheds, mangroves, and areas like our cockpit country would all be without protection. That's gone too! The Emancipation Park, 2002. This lush 7-acre landscape was created to be a reminder of Jamaica's emancipation, freedom from bondage, and a reminder to excel, a green space in the city that, yep, you guessed it, you have to say goodbye to this beautiful oasis. The National Health Fund, 2003. This fund helps improve patient experiences, prescription services, and access to medicine in Jamaica, as well as inpatient and outpatient pharmacies.
You say when about this, all them people, them diabetes, all kind of problem, and them have to live on them, they couldn't pay for it. They could not. But yes, still this guy say, the people mash up the place. Them never know, so them people, but them live on them mother and whatever, them think Andrew carry these things. Say I can never have them. Man, they did have failed them this strike, so them have to come and put in back something. The PMP when them coming back and these things them put in. For cushion enough of the things them. I bring them back and each time them do it them this strike and I chat bull crap. Don't follow them. Continue.
Services for the public health sector, infrastructure development, and much more. You guessed it. That would be gone as well. Without the major upgrades to Sabina Park in 2005 and the creation of the Trelawney Multi-Purpose Stadium in 2007 and the Montego Bay Sports Complex, otherwise known as the Catherine Hall Sports Complex, in 2010. Tourism Enhancement Fund, 2005. That was established to lead tourism innovation in the areas of infrastructural and sustainable projects, human capital development, and tourism linkages.
So when you hear them at anything and the funds used from Tourist Enhancement Fund, like where the guy don't say they might build a place and they might build some housing and they might use money from that. I pay people do all of these in a place, you know. But him does come on stage and just say, only thing we can't say, we do not know, just say them destroy. People start to ask questions, and you go to prison. Go away. Go away, man.
Gone with the wind. While we're on the topic of tourism, say adios to all the fancy Spanish hotels that bring in so many of our tourists and provide jobs. thanks to the Master Plan for Sustainable Tourism Development in 2002. And the Falmouth Cruise Shipping Pier that began development in 2009 and brought a record number of tourists to Jamaica. Say later to that as well. Let it not be forgotten that in those 18 years, education was a major priority. As a result, 64 schools were built and refurbished, including 70 new basic, primary and high schools in Western Jamaica between 2004 and 2005, as well as Greater Portmore High School in 1995, Ascot 1997, and Cumberland 2000. Disappear. Now, I don't know about you, but it looks like the PNP spent 18 years laying a good foundation that Jamaica, including the current government, is benefiting from.
By the way, if you're watching this using a community hotspot or broadband, you can thank the PNP and the establishment of the Universal Access Fund that later developed into the Universal Service Fund, which provides free community Wi-Fi and hotspots island-wide.
All right. So, when them come out with them foolishness, you definitely have to burn them. The part program, all the government needs to do is raise the money with the kids them and give them the meal. Because that's through the part program. Yeah? Yes. See? So, you don't need for she come out and talk foolishness. When she talk about the bus, she said the man said 2016, may I show her evidence. Says 2015, April. She said, who do this? And it run cross 2022, them are trying to scale it down. So them said 2016, the government, it wasn't Andrew Holness government, piece of crap. Him did doesn't come in. Him say, well, it's that thing where we inherit. But him not gonna do it, you know. Him come in 2016, so him just say 2016 the government, but it's not Andrew Holness government with. And them know better than that. So you want discredit PNP because that's how you stay. Hey, you can't trust enough of them, can't enough of them depend peerless. GR, we are coming off our own too, you know. We're not ramping around here. So she's spreading misinformation. One man for go on the mic and say something and me I show the proof of the thing. You can't listen to them. Not many liberator cannot listen to. They mislead you. All you know for showing the family and friend these programs. What we do fact checking? Can we not do tabloid one also? Them dangerous. Very dangerous. Well, tonight, on the title, we are come walk them in the left, right, and center. It will be a landslide out here. You understand? No PNP, no campaign like that. So me here, like them have a little one poor thing, say, Andrew, sure, where am I doing? Mark Golden have the experience. So, oh, you're give Andrew again. Andrew let down himself. He got a call Singapore, Andrew let down himself. You can't, that number, him not even supposed to sit upon the ballot. This is a goddamn disgrace. Anybody for any talk show people, anybody you say, you have gone there with talk show. You understand? Anybody you see around there, yeah, where you see upon them and a chat for Andrew Holness, go check behind them depend the peer list. If them never depend the peer list, them that speak truth to power. Them say the place destroyed by Andrew Holness. But remember, where you sit down and if you can sit down and make even $1 million or even 10 grand per month US, if you come chat foolishness, what you think? Anybody on TV and radio, anything where you pick up for Andrew Holness, go check if them not depend on the peer list. From earth to heaven, if them deny that mean them a liar too, you know. Yeah? Go check them benefiting. You understand? Go and check. So these are not worthwhile people to listen to. They are garbage. Them talk pure nonsense. Can look on this now. She got this and one give the JLP credit for something with them not come in and them come in with part. So when she come in there, and you're the 180 per child now to give them something. The girl that come talk the other day, I can remember when she come talk, she might talk about DNA and the PNP. I'm a matter of fact. Let me show you something here. Very important. Look here. The youth times of bare face. That not them hear what I'm saying, so. Them say labor right this. Look here. Look where I put up this. Look here. When I look on my screen. Me not give them that. Me not give them nothing, you know. Me not give them no time of the day, but me I put up a one here. Right? Them say one of the labor right this online. But just yes. Them say one of the labor right this online. See him there? Yes. All right. Someone you look what him say. Look open it little more. It's a 8 major points from the PNP manifesto that the JLP need to address. No tax and overtime for employees working under 6 million annually. Land ownership of government land for 60 years to now 25. Joint Industrial Council, security officers, tourism workers, BPO and other sectors. End contract work. That for end. Them for end. Remove tax from everything with PNP. But you see, when I do, I put out some pension income. Livable wage commission for a fair minimum wage. Yeah? Minimum wage commission. Remove tax and tip. Gratuity commission. Look at that. Robert Nesta Marley and Louis Cover Bennett, national hero. Look what I'm saying now. In summary, JP need to take all major points and make them better. Smart politics. You saw them get brave now. Them all put it up. I tell JLP to capture them. Yes. Them all put it up. I tell JLP to capture them and make it better. But not remember, Andrew did it for 10 years. Nobody knows what Andrew say. Andrew is a chopper. He must go on. Them with him for chopper. Or if you have government members, ministers, we lose them visa when you read 212, when you look at tell about drugs. Drugs! I remember telling them again, you know, this is one of the bad slave people. Me not take chatting, you know. Me, not take chat from no guy. From it's wrong, it's wrong. I remember you can't come with wrong and want me to say right. It's not working on yourself. See? Andrew the latest, him are the most corrupted, him are the worst government in the history and not just to make about the world. Not no lie like Andrew on this and the mini and them. Nothing. See? He must sit up on the ballot. No two way about it. None. And then the man set up a mini and them have to dismantle that. See? Anything per radio station or anybody hear them at chat, them are millions. Them depend pay this. So them do anything. And by the way, you know, hear the private sector tell us that the country mash up. And Andrew go up there and tell you, remember you live it, you know, you can't even buy food. The money gone one. If the country did run right, the money will not devalue. It has stand firm. You have money, you know, watch the face. You could have can't go on holiday now like anybody else. You know what? This American can't come on holiday. You can't go over the holiday. The average Jamaican can just take up them family and fly out on holiday and just go relax and come back in a good job. They can't even feed themselves right now. Andrew, if you use a net, want to catch him in a thing about safety net. Me no guy can't catch me in a no net. Me no have no gill. No guy can't come out no safety net and catch around and them for move. Well, Andrew is a part of a full of, yes, the creatures of the deep, so, yes. See? But no guy no bring the net around you, so. You understand? But safety net. And I think now you say people are work better, but yes, still you come out with 1 billion, want to give them 20,000 to make them better off. 20,000 one time I buy vote. Don't make Andrew want this trick now. Yeah. No, man. See, let me show you who. Let me show you who. No, man, it's true. Let me show you who shut up. Because I don't want to get her wrong this. So let me just show you who shut up. When she talk about talk, yeah, that will press. All right, let me show you this. Let me see if I am this. See the man here? Let me see if I am this. If they come out, come talk, man. You come off. Move, fast. Away. All right. See the man where she talk here. Remember me, I have them, you know.
Good morning.
See him there?
Since 2016,
I am this.
Safety and Security in Schools unit of the Ministry of Education, Skills, Youth and Information has been tasked with the responsibility of coordinating a rural transportation children.
So this is the piece of shit we shall talk about. I am sister name too. And in 2016, we have the thing from 2015 piece of shit. These piece of shit shouldn't even get a job in the ministry if you can't talk about the origin of the thing. I just say, well, when we came in, we inherit. But if you talk straight, because you make email run out, to stake run out with foolishness. Eh? I repeat the garbage where you say, and it's not right. So you can say in 2015, a matter of fact, she should have known better. Because you say in 2015, the government, if never said the government, you know, implement or carry in a system. He said 2015, the ministry have about system around. He never said when it started. Yeah? So this piece of garbage, she talk about. So this are all the mislead people. But they never know me have the video, me not just come talk, you know. Me like facts check. So that I must them up. But anyway, remember me I start put up the thing about the boat ride, you know, because after the third, you know, so that sweep out, and we're going to enjoy ourselves for the boat ride. You know, buy when the ticket for early here. Make sure you buy when the ticket for early. I'm going to put that up. See? When I yours truly a power, you know. Yeah. Me and my family, them a power, you know, out there, so. Buy on the ticket. I call who my man's number, call our number, get on the ticket here. Make I put that up. Yes? All right. In a later, remember some Titans later, you know. So you know, so worries. Yes? I'm out. Bless.
We a beat it till the hammer burn. We now make them get in and them and again. None of them boy that we none of them. We in lump sum we a beat it till the hammer burn. We now make them get in and them and again. None of them boy that we none of them. We alone some rise up the bomber.
When people like the government of a country, it's the servants protect the people of that country, not to put their life in misery. You understand me, Luciano? What else, man?
Government, stop pressuring the poor.
Oppression.
Politicians, your judgment coming for sure. It's a government in your regiment. Stop pressuring the poor.
We can't take it no more,
Politicians, your judgment coming for sure.
Yo, politician, for the evil of mission, who no we blame. Too money and power.